Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Selena. So in this video I want to show you an easy tutorial on how you can draft this beautiful puffy elastic top that you can use to put on your jeans and just anything that you want. So I have this green and white flower that I'm going to blend together to come up with this flower pattern. So I folded my fabric into two and I'm going to draw a straight line. This is going to be the shoulder line. After the shoulder line, I'm going to mark 18 inches, including 1 inch for allowance. This is going to be the length of my top. And I'm going to just draw a straight line across it. I'm going to measure 8.5 inches and draw a straight line across. This is the bust line. I'm going to place in the measurements for my shoulders, which is 15 divided by 2 is 7.5 inches. And on my bust line, I'm going to mark 8.5 inches and add 1.5 inch for the sewing allowance. On my waistline is 28 divided by 4 is 7 inches. So I'm going to mark 7 inches and add 1.5 inches as the sewing allowance. For my neckline, I want this to be a little bit wide, so I'm going to open it up with 4 inches and drop down with 5 inches. But you can use whatever measurements you're comfortable with and however you want your neckline to be. I'm going to join these points together so that I can get a curve, but also if you have a curve ruler, just use your curve ruler and get your curve. So this is my my curve, and it's a round neck, but you can have your neckline however you want it. It can be a v-neck, it can be a sweetheart, just according to your preferences. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop down with 1 inch and mark it because our shoulders are slanting and not straight. So I'm just connecting this point. After that, I'm going to draw a straight line. This is just to help me come up with a curvy armhole. But like I mentioned before, if you have a ruler, so you just come and draw your armhole right there. From the shoulder slope, I'm going to come in with 1/2 inch and mark it. This is going to be for the front armhole because the back and front armhole are different. I'm going to join the bust and the waistline together and go ahead and cut out my draft. So this fabric is for my back bodice and it's folded into two. What I'm going to do is just trace the front on the back, but I'm measuring 1.5 inches away. This is for the zip allowance. So I'm going to take my front bodice and just place it right here and then cut out the back bodice together. For the back neckline, I'm going to drop down with 2 inches and draw a round neckline just the way I did with the front neckline. now going to cut out my front neckline because I wanted to trace it first on the back. So I'm cutting out the front neckline and also the front armhole. After cutting out the armhole and the neckline, this is what I have as my front bodice pattern. And also I'm going to show you my back bodice and just how they look. So now I want to draft my sleeve, and what I have with me is an organza fabric. So it's not doing so well drafting on the fabric because it's slippery. For this reason, I'm going to use this manila paper, and then I'm just going to transfer this draft to the fabric. I'm marking a straight line, and this is just a border line that I'm going to be taking all the rest of the measurements from. And the next thing I'm going to do is measure the length of my sleeve, which is 28 inches. So I'm going to mark 28 inches. After measuring the length of my sleeve, I'm going to drop down with 5 inches. This is a standard measurement, and this is going to be my bicep line. So my bicep is 11 inches divided by 2 will give me 5.5 inches. So I'm going to mark 5.5 inches and add 1.5 inch for allowance. I am going to draw a curve from my border line to the bicep line, and this is going to be the armhole. After curving the armhole, I'm going to drop down with 12 inches. This is the length of my elbow, and I'm going to place in my round elbow measurements, which is 10 divided by 2 will give me 5 inches, and I'm going to add 1.5 inch for the sewing allowance. I'm just going to join these points together. The armhole measurements I'm using is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. So this is what I'm marking right here. And whatever is left of that is going to be the sewing allowance. I am going to join my elbow line to the length line, and this is going to be the elastic sleeve. Remember, this is not a normal sleeve, but elastic round sleeve. This is the sleeve that I have come up with, and now I'm going to trace it on my organza fabric. This is how the sleeve looks like when cut out on the organza fabric, and now I'm going to do the same for the other sleeve. So these are the final pieces for my sleeves, and I hope you learned something from this tutorial. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.